Hello guys, I hope you've been fine since the last time we were here. So my name is Margaret Kimani and I'll be hosting you in today's episode. And we have our first guest with us. He's going to introduce himself.
Thank you, Margaret. My name is Harry Rotich. I'm a co-founder at Your Drive. So Your Drive is a social enterprise. We are bringing a solution to help mechanics earn a decent living. We have a platform where we have onboarded mechanics, and you as a car owner can be able to go in and see the nearest mechanics within a 15-kilometer radius. So why a solution like this? So Your Drive basically is helped to bridge the gap for mechanics so that they can be able to earn consistently and they can be able to see progress within what they do, so that they can be able to pay school fees for their kids. Because at the moment, not so many organizations are employing mechanics, and daily we are getting graduates in mechanical engineering. We are getting people who have learned through apprenticeship in garages, and they are not able to really earn consistently because the jobs that are being offered in a garage are very limited. So we are using technology to get them jobs so that they can be able to help solve. And the solution that definitely we are bringing to car owners is the convenience. No one wants to spend 2 hours in a garage. You're busy, you're a busy mom, you want to get work done and get home so that you can check on your kids. You don't have the time to go on a garage and spend 2 hours. So we bring the mechanic right at their doorstep or even at the basement of your office, and they come in and sort you right there with all the mechanical services, because 80% of what can be done on a car can actually be done anywhere, even on the roadside. And we also provide rescue. Whenever you're stuck, you can be able to see mechanics within 15-kilometer radius, and you can call someone or even just see a check engine or an engine light coming up and you don't know what's wrong with your car. You can actually be able to get a mechanic come right where you are, and they can be able to help you sort the problem. So we are a social enterprise. We believe in creating jobs, good jobs in that matter, that can actually help mechanics earn a consistent salary and earn a decent life. Yeah.
Welcome. So what did you study in campus?
I studied communications and PR. Yeah. I've never practiced even a single day.
Okay.
I've never touched on a camera. I've never done any video. I think the last time I did an edit for a video was in 2009. 2009. Just when I was leaving college. Yeah. But of course, the skills that I learned, of course, have really helped me in terms of communicating, in terms of being able to strategize, in terms of being able to, and of course, helped me also in terms of just planning, organizing, and just anything that surrounds any media. I'm able to do advertising for my company. Okay. I'm able to do a few things that I learned in college, but I've never practiced. Yes.
Yeah. So you're a co-founder of Your Drive.
Yes.
And together with your partner, who you will tell us about. Yeah. So how did the idea of coming up with Your Drive Tech come up around? Yeah.
So Oscar has been a friend for a very long time. We also worked in another company together. So how Your Drive came by was on a trip that we took together, going home to attend an event. And we left Nairobi at around 2 p.m. and we were supposed to be home by 9 p.m. During that is in 2020, during COVID. And while on the road, we got a puncture. And that was we were almost, not just a few kilometers from home, in a place called Bank Forest. And home is in Kapsabet. So we were stuck for 7 hours, believe me. And during this process, we were trying to reach mechanics, the nearest mechanics that we could get, so that they can help us. Yeah. And so the motorists that were stopping to help us, because our car was a Subaru, and most of the cars that were passing could not be, the tire could not be compatible to ours. So the only thing they could offer was contacts, phone numbers. And every time we made a call, Either someone was very far, it was almost 50 kilometers in Eldoret. The nearest other people will call and they will say it's a weekend, it's late, they need 5,000 shillings to be sent to them so that they can get a taxi. The nearest person that we could get also was enjoying himself. He was already, it was a weekend, so they were already enjoying, and they won't actually make it. So it took us quite a lot of make calls until eventually managed to get a mechanic who was just a few meters from where we were. Okay. Yeah. So that meant so that gave us the thought of, if we had a directory or somewhere that we could actually check and do it for ourselves and check and call the mechanics that were there, it could have made our life more easier. Yeah. And we had a small kid, by the way, and my sister in the car. It was not safe, and it was also very inconveniencing. So that is how we came up with this solution, and we started building a platform that we could put all mechanics, and you could actually see within Kenya a 15-kilometer radius, the number of mechanics that are there, that you can actually get their numbers, you can call them on the app, and actually you can be able to see them coming, and they can come and they can actually be able to rescue and help you actually get back on the road. So that is the solution that actually mobile, that is on a mobile app. You can download it and you can actually be able to enjoy the services of your drive.
Okay. It's interesting. So how did you're talking about mechanics?
Yes.
And I'm just trying to figure out, like, do you approach mechanics and you tell them about this app? And, like, how do you go about that?
Yes. We go to where the mechanics are.
Okay.
We go to them where the mechanics are and we talk to them about this. We talk to them. Some of them definitely appreciate that we are going to create a platform where they can easily get jobs. Yeah. Some of them, of course, are reluctant because they know it's going, especially the garage owners, they are not happy about this because, but being a tech-enabled company, there's no way anyone is going to run away from technology. Because people are looking at convenience, people looking at accountability on the process. No one wants to get conned, and tech is a big enabler of these things, where you can actually the cost, bringing the cost down of the service. Yeah. Right now, in three Kenyans, two of them have a story to tell about a mechanic, an experience they've had with mechanics. And some of them are then scared actually servicing or taking their cars to garages because there's no trust. There's no accountability process. You don't know what will happen to your car. Yeah. And there's no one to follow through, and there's no way actually to be able to keep that accountability. For us at Your Drive, you are able to see, before a mechanic is able to work on your car, you get a diagnostic report that actually specify what the problem is in your car. And actually that is being sent to you on your mobile phone. And once the mechanic has completed the work, you get a service report. And that service report should only tell what has been done on the car. If there's any spares that have been changed, if there's anything that has been done, should relate to what was initially diagnosed. Yes. And if a mechanic goes out of this, of course, we have checks and balances, and also you as a customer have the power to rate this mechanic. And the highly rated mechanics are the ones that are going to get the jobs. The ones that are going to do to mess with customers' vehicles, then we are going to remove them from the platform. Yes. And and also we have a warranty. If your car was serviced and you still find that there is issues in the car, we are able to actually give you a warranty of up to maybe 1,000 or 2,000 kilometers. You go with it for maybe a week or two and you still feel the car is not in shape, then you can still bring it and we can still look at it again.
So in the app, after the car has been made, does the app show you how much you're supposed to pay?
Yes. So
or
even
according to
the mechanic comes, it gives you an estimate on what that charge will be, because it gives you an option to select. If you already know the problem, if you think the problem is brakes, you're feeling that your brake pads are not really firm, you select brakes, braking brakes or braking system in your car, and you select the mechanic. Before the mechanic comes on the screen, you are able to see an estimate of what the charge will be. Yes. And we also have spare parts, a shop where you can actually purchase spare parts that are going to be replaced on your car right in the app as well. Yeah, so you can be able to, mechanic will be able to take you through and show you the various spares that can be actually that you need. So you don't need to actually go and buy and then we actually make sure that you select, and we actually make sure that it's delivered to where the mechanic is, so that there's a lot of convenience and takes a shorter time really to resolve the issue. Yeah.
So after payment, do you pay to the mechanic or you pay to the app? There's an option of.
So we are very transparent in terms of payment. So once the service has been completed, you pay in the app.
Okay.
Yes. And for mechanics, we'll do payout to mechanics at intervals of around 1 or 2 weeks. So they're able to accumulate their money and eventually, and the reason why we are doing that is so that they can be able to get at least a substantial amount that can actually help them to pay bills. Because what mechanics have been getting, they are getting daily 1,000 bob sometimes. So that inconsistency is what actually causes indecent living. Yes. Because you are not able to pay bills, you are not able to get money at a substantial amount that can actually pay bills. That is the thing. So the mechanics will we keep the money for the mechanics, and they are able to see how much they've been able to accrue, and they can actually be able to. And the reason why we are doing that is also so that we can build credit scores for them, so that they can be able to access loans, so that they can be able to access, and also they can be able to pay insurance. And basically, what we are trying to do is to improve the lives of these people, so that they are living decent lives, and they actually be able to be honest people, and so that we can bring back the trust.
Okay. Yes. So for every service, do they have like a fixed rate that you pay, like for each service they do, like for the mechanics now? Yes. Do they know, like, if, for example, you're changing the brake pads or something, you have the fixed rates that you pay them?
Actually, we've built our app in such a way that it's able to bring clear estimates so the mechanic does not need to negotiate, does not need to do adjustments, unless there's a promo. That is when now we can be able to add a promo code, and it automatically tells the customer how much they are supposed to pay. What we are trying to do is also to standardize the cost, because if you go to Grogon in town, those mechanics will tell you 1,500 to change a specific spare, and actually for the to us, and also for the time they are spending to change that. 1 kilometer away from there, that is in Parklands, the same will cost the same spare, the same time it took for them to change will cost you 4,500. So there's no justification really for the discrepancy or the difference in the price. Yes. And the people in Parklands may argue out that the guys in Grogon do not pay for space, they don't pay rent. Yes, but the difference in that amount is so huge. So we are trying to standardize, bring it to the middle, where now everyone is able to earn fairly, without having to be too expensive for the customers, and also without having to, and also so that we don't have mechanics crowding on a space that people are not even as scared actually to go.
That's true.
You hear Grogon, you don't want to take your car there. Yes. Yeah.
What are the challenges of managing this app?
Yeah, there's quite a lot of challenges. So it's operationally heavy. We need to coordinate. So we need to employ more people, and so we need money. So those are the challenges that every entrepreneur definitely do go through. Yes, but we get a satisfaction that we are making progress in actually bring a revolution actually in a field that has really been disorganized for a very long time. So we are working hard. And we are looking for partners that can actually invest in our product so that we can eventually take it to all the customers that need it. Yes. Yeah.
So what are
the challenges that basically is now being able to manage the operations, being able to get the funds, and of course, I think initial challenges for us as founders, which that's why I cut you short, is what I wanted to mention.
Okay.
The lack of knowledge as an entrepreneur. Yeah, there's so many things that we've had to learn as an entrepreneur. And I know for starting entrepreneurs, there's so much of also that they need to learn. And I'm happy about the ecosystem because there's so many companies and organizations that are looking to really bring the information to the entrepreneurs. But for us, it's taken quite a long time for us to be able to learn and unlearn some of the things that we thought would really work for us. So it's a long iteration process where we are trying to put in what is working and take out what is not working so that we can be able to perfect it. So learning process as an entrepreneur is crucial, and you have to be open-minded so that you can be able to learn and be able to, you definitely have to be as an entrepreneur, you definitely have to be very open-minded and learning some of the things and learning some of the things that you have so that you get the right mindset to be able to build something, a product that can actually work. Yeah.
So, and what are the advantages of coming up with this UDrive app?
Yeah. Of course, as I said, the biggest advantage is that this is bringing a clear solution to the problems that people have, clear problems that are there in our society. And we are using technology that is enabling us to solve for these problems. Yeah, and definitely there's so many problems being in third world countries and being in middle income economies like ours, like in Kenya. There's so many things that needs to be solved. There's so many problems that we are experiencing. And if people and young entrepreneurs and young people can be able to take advantage of this, they would definitely be able to make a living, a decent living, and actually not only a living, they can actually create thriving businesses out of this by just being able to figure out what solution can I give. Yes. Yeah. Like just being able to identify just within even the environment that you are, there's clearly a solution that needs to be presented in terms of the problems that are within our society. So every day there's challenges that people are going through. And if you are able to just identify that, you don't have to be an expert in that field. Yeah, you just need to make sure that you are involving the right people. Yes, personally, I'm from a background in communication. I've worked in the corporate world for almost 10 years, but whatever I've been doing is not relatable really to what I'm doing currently as a co-founder and CEO of UDrive. But it contributes to what I'm doing, but that does not put me down in terms of getting an idea that solves for the problems that I can actually see within the society.
Yeah. Okay. It's really interesting. Yeah. So what would be your advice to someone who is following the conversation?
Yeah. First,
in terms of founding something.
In terms of young people who are trying to find, So if you're looking to, as a founder or as a startup or as an entrepreneur, if you're looking at starting out, make sure that your solution is solving a specific problem. Yes, because don't just start out without really looking critically if you're addressing something, because people can just go on starting out something, but if it does not address a problem, it will be very hard for you to build that product out of it. Yeah, because the product that you present to customers has to be appealing, and something that appeals has to solve for something that person needs.
Yeah.
Yes, so that is where you should critically start from. Be able to identify the problem and the solution.
Yeah, that's a good that's a good thing to point out, because especially women, most of us don't even know about cars. You
Yes.
just move and you, it's such a
you
nice
just drive
thing.
your car and you don't know what is really until when it stops at one point and you start calling and your mechanic is not picking and you don't know where else to go to. So it's good to be proactive. Get the app and get the numbers of mechanics that are within your area or within that area. You can easily be able to access them. Yes.
I really do appreciate. So I thank you so much for your time.
Yes.
Thank you for sacrificing the time to come and speak to us. And I'm sure you've really enlightened. I actually didn't know about you driver until Joshua sent me Oscar Peter, and then I started looking. I'm like, what is such an app? So it has really benefited me, and I'm sure it's going to benefit a lot of people. So thank you so much for your time, and I'm definitely going to download that app.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it.